And when the button on the side is squoze, the hour hand goes. It's so smooth, it's like butter. The detail on that is stunning. I can even see my street. There it is. Hello watch lovers. So for a whole bunch of good news today, I'll be showing you the best watches to travel with. If you find yourself hopping around time zones more than Marty McFly, then you'll need a decent GMT watch. A GMT hand is a really useful function for jet setters, globe-trotters, and indeed holiday makers. And even if you're a crusty old hermit like me, then a GMT watch still makes a great addition to any watch collection. So here's 10 that you need to get on your wrist right now, today. Starting with this, the Q Timex GMT. And for those that might not know, I'll just quickly give you the gist, the GST if you will, of what a GMT watch does. So GMT watches allow the wearer to tell time in 2 different time zones simultaneously via the GMT hand and the bezel. So a GMT hand is basically a second hour hand, but one that takes 24 hours to make a full rotation of the dial and allows you to set it as a home time reference against the 24-hour scale on the bezel, with the regular hand then telling you the local time. Now the bezel is usually bisected in 2 colours to help you distinguish between AM and PM, and in this case on the Timex it's the classic red and blue combo, with red being the daytime obviously because red sky at day, and then blue for the night because blue sky at night. Makes sense. Anyway, so this is a great affordable GMT watch, and at £200 it's a good way to get started with dual time zone telling. It's 70s inspired with a boxy 38mm case, and it gets the aforementioned iconic red and blue rotating bezel, which is a little bit washed out for added cool vintage vibes. And the dial is black with a red arrow GMT hand under a domed acrylic crystal. It gets 50 metres of water resistance, so great for poolside shenanigans, and the stainless steel bracelet has been optimised over the previously rather pinchy mesh version supplied with the regular Q Timex reissue. This is a great watch, wears really comfortably, lots of fun, and really hard to beat for the price. Now then, tipping back the other way on the scale, just ever so slightly when it comes to affordability and availability, this is the Rolex GMT-Master II. Now, we all recognise George Clooney as the most iconic Batman, of course, for his portrayal of the Batman in the Batman vs Robin trilogy. And it was in direct response to this tour de force of cinema that Rolex made their iconic GMT watch with a blue and black ceramic bezel inspired by the Batman's colours, and with a magnifying Cyclops lens over the date window that harkens back to the moulded nipples on Clooney's batsuit. Now you get the amazing build quality that you've come to expect from Rolex throughout this watch, a sturdy case and bracelet, both immaculately finished, crisp hands and markers on the dial with a blue triangle tipped GMT hand, and the turning action on the bezel is really satisfying. Oh, it's so smooth. It's like butter. I mean, you can see why people like Rolex. You can't deny it. They really do good watch. At 40mm, it wears loud and proud on the wrist, like any Rolex should, but even with its robust tool watch form, it still sits quite comfortably, even on my puny wrists. At retail, this Rolex GMT costs around £9,450, if you're lucky enough to find one, but instead you can pick one up pre-owned for around £11,000. Now then, if you thought the bezel turning action on that Rolex was satisfying, then check out the gliding second hand on this Grand Seiko. It's like liquid meets silk in a smooth factory. Real things. This is the Evolution 9 Collection SBGE 285, and it's equipped with the 9R66 caliber spring drive movement that allows for that perfect silent glide motion of the second hand. The black GMT hand, meanwhile, stands out against the delicately textured surface pattern inspired by the morning mist that envelops the mountains of Nagano in winter, with a hint of longing on a Tuesday. The case and bracelet and bezel are high-intensity titanium with that robust sportiness of the Evolution 9 design style, and it's all finished to the highest standard. The titanium is lighter than steel, and with a 41mm diameter, it wears comfortably. The watch comes with 100 meters of water resistance to go along with that sportiness, and it's tough enough for every day while still being refined and streamlined, making it highly dress-upable. This is the perfect travel companion for business or pleasure. It's £7,900 at retail, and pre-owned you can find it for around £6,500. This is the Tudor Black Bay GMT, and it's got a praline dial. Nope, hang on, sorry. An opaline dial. Can't read my own writing. So it's a kind of off-white shimmery situation that's fresh and clean, and as a nostalgia bonus, it harkens back to those mythical Pan Am Pilots Rolex GMTs with the white dial, which used to exist probably. Now there's the famous Tudor snowflake tipped hands and an anodized aluminium bezel in the red and blue Domino's Pizza logo colourway, and it comes with the Swiss-made in-house manufacture caliber MT5652 inside. With a 41mm steel case and a 14.6mm thickness, it is maybe a tad bulkier than one would hope, but you know, come on, it's a beautiful beast. And this watch is the epitome of a jet-setter's timepiece, iconic and instantly recognisable, and it's genuinely cool. The Tudor Black Bay GMT on the rivet steel bracelet costs £3,870 RRP, but you can find them for less than £3,000 pre-owned. Here's another watch that's great for travelling. This is the Seiko Prospex Alpinist GMT. Now originally created in 1959 for the Yama Otoko, that's the Japanese mountain men. This is a reliable terrain watch designed for wear by hardy Japanese mountain dwellers. So it should also be good for a little getaway to Brussels too. More so in fact, as it is rather stylish. With signature features like the Arabic numerals and cathedral hands, it really shrewdly threads the needle from a practical, reliable tool watch to something more versatile and sophisticated. And it's great for any occasion. This is a fan favourite Seiko watch that's sporty and classy all at once, ready for action or relaxing. Whether you're climbing a mountain or queuing for Space Mountain, you can't go wrong with this one. The Seiko Alpinist GMT costs £990. Next, we have the Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean 600 meters deep black. Now this is a GMT diving watch combi, which Omega says is for exploring the dark side of the ocean, which I think is the underside. So the watch is totally black and inspired by the darkness of the ocean at a depth of 300 meters, with the stark look achieved by crafting the case from a single block of black ceramic. And with 600 meters of water resistance and the Metas Master Chronometer caliber 8906 inside, it makes for one tough mother licker of a watch. At 45.5mm in ceramic, this beast will take anything you throw at it. Scubaing down into shark-infested cenotes, no problem. But also, the hands on the dial are 18 karat white gold, so still suitable for dinner in a fancy restaurant afterwards. The RRP of this watch is £11,600, but they can be had for around £7,000 pre-owned. Next, we have the Longines Spirit Zulu Time. Here in 42mm with a dial in anthracite dark grey and a bezel in racing green. And with the golden furnishings on the dial, the watch exudes a kind of characterful warmth. This is further demonstrated by other careful detailing like the chunky raised numerals, the raised minute track with cut-out diamond indices, and the 5-star review from the Swiss Board of Watch Dial Design Ratings, not a real thing. Now the origins of this watch come from the first Longines dual time zone wristwatch manufactured in 1925, which featured the Zulu flag on its dial. And Zulu time refers to the NATO phonetic alphabet letter Z that designates universal time for aviators. It is not, as I had previously thought, a reference to anything Michael Caine ever turned to the camera and said in a film at any point. So, thanks to its aviator origins and the modern caliber inside, it's reliable. The ceramic bezel and 100 meters of water resistance give it a tough versatility, and it's a ruddy handsome thing too, so a triple threat. This is a watch that's perfect for travel, and I could see it pairing well with one of those vintage suitcases with destination stickers on it, and maybe a Panama hat, but that might be pushing it a bit. At retail, this thing costs £3,000, pre-owned it's more like £2,000. We have another Rolex now, this time the Explorer 2. Great for travel, but also great for some hardcore exploration. Now, according to Rolex, this is the watch of choice for speleologists, volcanologists, and polar explorers, but I've also seen it on the wrists of explorers in other regions such as Lake Como and Beverly Hills Gateway. Designed with legibility in mind, with the high contrast black on white markers filled with Rolex's glow-in-the-dark Chromalight juice and with the bright orange GMT hand. There's a fixed 24-hour bezel so you can tell whether it's day or night while in the darkest depths of a cave or indeed a Vegas casino. This is a classic watch that still clings quite tightly to Rolex's tool watch origins, but while still being as sleek and stylish as any of their other offerings, this is the perfect do anywhere, go anything travel companion, and it's 42mm in oyster steel, looks great on the wrist and costs £8,550 at retail, but you can find them for around £8,000 pre-owned. Now we have something a bit special from Omega. This is a Seamaster Aquaterra from the World Timer collection. Now this is big boy GMT stuff right here, and you can tell by the beautiful rendering of the Earth in the middle of the dial. Created on a grade 5 titanium plate and carved out with frickin' lasers. It's rich in colour and detail and really well executed. Around the Earth, the outer dial is sunbrushed blue and includes the familiar vertical teak deck stripes of other Aquaterra models, and there's a circle of printed global destinations and a 24-hour ring with light blue to indicate daytime and dark blue to indicate night. And the whole thing can be operated via the crown. There's no pushers, and it's driven by the Master Chronometer Caliber 8938. The case is 43mm across and comes integrated with a blue rubber strap with a solid polished end link. It's fun and sporty, but bragging that next level watchmaking and presentation. This is a fantastic watch and maybe even the perfect instigator for setting off on an adventure, with the globe and listed cities inspiring you to travel anywhere. Or you could just enjoy the world from your wrist and from the comfort of your own home. That's what I'd do. So this little buddy is around £9,000 at retail or around £6,000 pre-owned. Now, before we get to our last watch, did you know that you can find out about other amazing watches via our Watchfinder newsletter? To get exclusive access to new arrivals, be the first to hear about all our special offers and promotions, and to get first dibs on our giveaways, then just head down to the link in the description to sign up. Finally, we have this, an extra thin mechanical chronograph with GMT movement combo. It's the world's slimmest self-winding watch endowed with a chronograph and GMT function. At only 6.9mm thick, and with the monochromatic sandblasted titanium case and dial and angular architecture, this is a really stylish and unique piece. The GMT hand and second time zone is read from a subdial at the 3 o'clock position, while in true GMT fashion, the regular hour hand can be set individually with a handy pusher on the side of the case. Just give it a whiz, and dual time zones there is. There's also a spectacular mechanical movement visible on the reverse too, with automatic winding from a peripheral rotor. And it's water resistant up to 30 meters, so a little bit of splashy on your travels ain't no thing for this watch. It costs £18,500 RRP or around £12,500 pre-owned. So there you go, there were 10 amazing GMT watches, perfect for holiday times, and if you want more amazing watches, then why not head over to watchfinder.co.uk and find your next pre-owned luxury watch. Check it out, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.